What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. This is kind of a midweek update. We're going to go over the first 3 days of what I've done. Technically, today at noon, I guess, would be the halfway point, but we're just going to go over the first 3 days. I didn't make an update yesterday because, it's kind of just talking about the same stuff. So I figured I would update today since we're kind of nearing that halfway mark. If you're doing the challenge, let me know down below. I'd love to hear how you're doing and things like that. And if you're not doing the challenge, I'd still love to know how you're doing in your studies and everything like that. So let me know down below. Okay, so this week so far, I've got 16 and a half hours of immersion slash study combined, which I'm going to break that down as I did in the first video. And it feels incredible. That is more than I study in an average week. So if I studied no more the rest of the week, which would be really dumb, but if I didn't, it's still a more successful week time wise than usual. However, I highly discourage you from studying a ton for 2 or 3 days and then none the rest of the week. Definitely space that out, but that's a whole different conversation. So 16 and a half hours. We're going to get into the study first and then the immersion, because the immersion is kind of the meat and potatoes of it. The study is kind of the little bonuses on top to get you to pick up things here and there. So for the week, I have studied. If you remember, the first day it was higher, but the last couple days I've been like really immersion heavy. So for the week, I've studied for 4 hours and 17 minutes. And again, just a quick overview of study is anything not immersion related. So if you do a Duolingo lesson, Norwegian class 101, read a grammar point online, anything like that that's not, you know, uh, specifically immersion, whether it be reading, listening, or watching native content, then that is study. And that's what I've done. That's it. There's honestly not much to say there. I've done some lessons of Duolingo and stuff like that, especially when I'm going to sleep, as I mentioned in the first video. But there's nothing really there to say. Study is what it is. I have fun with it, but the immersion is where things really kind of come alive. So my immersion time for the week so far for the first 3 days is going to be 12 hours and 13 minutes. And that's where I'm really, really happy. I'm getting a lot of immersion in, I'm getting a lot of progress in, and I'm getting a lot of just repetition in and just confidence building, because the more that I immerse, the more that I'm starting to pick up and pick out within the language. And that is an incredible feeling. Now, am I great? No. I could go, if I watch a show, I may go 6 or 7 sentences where I follow along perfectly, and there may be a block of several that not only do I not understand, but it's almost like the entire sentence is in a different language. So, but you pick your battles with language learning. I'll take knowing 7 out of 10 sentences and being able to follow along, especially if I'm reading. Listening is a whole different subject, but that just comes in time. But being able to watch, if the subtitles are on, I can follow pretty well what's going on. And that to me is amazing. It's one of the best feelings. So, as far as immersion goes, I have read a lot. I read Ollie Richard's short story book it's a collection of short stories. I finished the first 4 short stories series yesterday, which is 4 chapters. So I've read 4 chapters of that, which is technically a short story. In 3 days, I'm going to read some more, obviously, in the next several days, because I really, really like the stories, and I like, whatever. So, and when I'm going through those, generally the first time that I go through, I will read it line by line, sentence by sentence. And then if I read and listen again, a lot of times I'll let it play and I'll just try to pick up what I can in natural speed and go on. And what I've learned is that has helped me a ton, because instead of stopping each individual sentence, you're training your brain that, hey, we don't stop every second. Like, you're gonna have to pick the stuff up. And since I started doing that, it's starting to pick up a lot faster, which again makes me feel really confident in my abilities. So we got that going on, which is really, really good. The other thing that I started doing, which has helped me with vocabulary a lot, is because I've read each story honestly a couple times, like each chapter, I should say, a couple of times, because just to rehearse, rehash the vocabulary, kind of go over, review, I guess would be the proper terminology there. And so usually on like the third or fourth read through, I won't listen to the audio. I will try to read it in my head. And I know there's a lot of people online who are against that, and, oh, you're going to create a bad pronunciation, stuff like that. And it's my ability to read these words and internalize them is, I'm happy with it. And that's what matters. But the thing is, if you're listening to it I feel like your sometimes your eyes just kind of gloss over the words and you're more so listening. So as I'm actively forcing myself to read it, or you can have the sentence play and then read it again yourself, I'm starting to pick up vocabulary much faster because I'm making a conscious effort as far as reading the words on the paper because I have to read them because nothing's reading them for me. So that's going really, really well. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned this in the other video. I started Hey Till Jewel, which is a Norwegian show on Netflix, which is about a nurse trying to get a date for Christmas. It's a lot less romantic than what that sounds because every other country in the world does even slight romance way better than the United States does, but that's a whole different subject. And that's going well. I'm sentence mining that. That's kind of the show that I'm sentence mining because I've already watched it before and I'm watching it, no English subtitles or anything like that. It's just in Norwegian. And as I come across things, I'll pick between 10 and 15 sentences a day and just pick them out. I've actually mined 41 sentences from that show so far, and that's going really, really well. And then once I get there, I kind of just more so go over. And if there's a word that pops up that really seems like, man, I should know this sentence, I'll look at it, but I won't necessarily make a sentence card of it because I'm not trying to overdo Anki. Like it's not that serious. So I'm watching that, and then I also finished season one, which is 6 episodes, but it's like 40 to 50 minutes an episode of Ragnarok, which is absolutely incredible. If you haven't watched it, very very good show. And so I've just been watching that. I'm actually going to watch some more here in just a little bit. And we're going to keep on rolling. So everything is going good with this challenge. My plan is to, again, get as close to 40 hours as I possibly can. I do have some stuff coming up this week, so it's going to be interesting to see how I juggle that, but I will keep you updated as per usual. So if you are doing this challenge, I would love to hear how you're doing down below. Let me know. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you have any questions about anything of what I'm doing, let me know down below. I'll either try to answer in the comments or answer in the next video. But as of right now, Norwegian is going swimmingly. I'm picking up more and more patterns. My confidence is building and everything it just feels like it's going so well. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.